What's up, y'all? Chastity back for another episode of Thirsty Thursday, and the category for this week is all natural. That's right, I'm focusing on natural wines. Finally, I know, get excited. But the natural wines I want to focus on today are known as Pét-Nat. When you hear people talk about Pét-Nat or petillant naturale, what they're talking about is the wine making, not necessarily the style of wine. So just to kind of give y'all a little bit of an overview of how Pét-Nat winemaking goes, basically you take some still grape juice, add some yeast and some sugar. When that all gets together and gets happy, carbon dioxide is given off. That is immediately put into the bottle and the carbon dioxide is captured, which gives you bubbles, which boom, Pét-Nat. There's a lot of different scientific stuff that happens in between then, but I don't want to bore y'all. So first wine is a Cuvee Suzanne Pét-Nat, which is actually a Gamay. You can kind of tell by the salmon color of the wine. It's a rosé, so those of you guys who enjoy rosé, you probably like this wine in particular. On the nose, it's going to be funky because it is a natural wine, which means it doesn't go through any additional filtering. There aren't any additives. This is really as real as it gets. Red fruit, thinking like sour cherry, red currant. It's definitely one of those wines that if you are thinking about porch pounding or getting together with maybe one or two friends, because still social distancing, this would be great to do that. But it's a beautiful salmon color. It's one of those Pét-Nats that is probably going to be memorable if you do enjoy rosé. The bubbles are light and delicate, but that makes way for Gamay, which is the grape, to really shine through. So you get more of that red fruit, you get some of that sour cherry, raspberry, strawberry. It has some funky kind of grittiness to it, a little bit of saltiness, but it's easy drinking, and for 17 bucks, I can't complain about wanting to buy maybe 1 or 2 or 3 bottles of this to share with some friends. So go ahead and get you some Gamay Pét-Nat, which is, quite delicious. Next wine is the 2019 Super Geisha from my friends at Tank Winery in Calistoga, California. As some of you all may know, I wrote an article for Food and Wine about Tank Garage Winery. It's a really cool spot that I hope to get to visit once COVID goes and sits the time out indefinitely. They have a really cool story. A lot of their wines have really cool labels. They have different unique grapes that are crushed into them, but it looks like, any kind of, normal white sparkling wine, but it's not. This one here is based on the Peak Pool grape, which is a French white wine grape. On first notice, it looks like it could be champagne, right? But actually it has kind of a lemon green tint. It's hazy, which is another sign of natural wine in your glass. So typically when it comes to natural wines, they're not gonna look super dark or they're not gonna be completely translucent. A lot of them are gonna have that kind of like really cloudy haze to them because they're unfiltered. They were made just very natural. They only went through one fermentation process. On the nose, it has a little bit of funk to it. I like it so far because it is dry. The bubbles on this one are fairly delicate, but there's a lot of them that, as I swirl, kind of like come to the surface, but they're super delicate, super soft. On the palate, again, I get a lot of funkiness from this wine. Lemon, pineapple, those are kind of the notes that are coming through strongly. I really do taste salt of the earth. And something cool about Pét-Nat is that because it is such a natural wine, you are going to get those really raw, unfiltered tastes in your glass depending on, where it's grown and where it comes from. This one, I would say, because it is on, the little bit more pricier side, it's $36 a bottle. This is definitely one if you are, in the mood for champagne, but definitely don't want to spend the bread on it. A Pét-Nat like this would be great to share with some friends. The finish is also really cool because it does kind of give you that chalky, champagne-like mouthfeel. A wine like this will pair well with shellfish, seafood, fried fish, fried shrimp. It is a bubbly, so you are going to have a really cool effervescence, a really dope round mouthfeel. Those are two of the many natural wines that exist out there. I've had my share of really good Pét-Nats lately, and it is a pretty popular wine. You'll probably hear a lot of people talk about it over the course of the summer because it's great to open and just kick back and relax and enjoy with some friends and family. But before I go, I'd like to raise a toast to you. This week has seemed pretty long, but I just wanted to continue to shout you out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for rocking with me and supporting me. Continue to take care of yourselves. I know being in the midst of a global pandemic is nothing that we imagined for our 2020, but continue to just be kind to yourself, be kind to others when you go outside. If you have to go outside, mask up. Stay 6 feet away from people, practice good social distancing, wash your hands, just be a great human and protect yourself so you can protect others, and let's keep each other safe, okay? I will see you all next time. Cheers.